It's a great moment for me. Today I'm a bit overwhelmed and I'm a bit emotional as well. I'd like to thank you very much from the deepest core of my heart for your consistent support, your cooperation, your love. You have subscribed my channel. You keep commenting and keep liking my videos, and you spare your time to watch my video. Many of you keep calling me and keep giving me feedback, and that becomes the source of my inspiration, source of my energy. That becomes the source of my strength to keep going on and on. I'll remain grateful to you all till the last breath of my life. Believe me, I mean it. If you hadn't been there, I think sometimes I wouldn't have been alive. Physically, I would have been alive, but intellectually, emotionally, I wouldn't have been alive in this world. Again, I'd like to thank you very much. Today, I have brought something beautiful, and then I'd like to start with a story. 2003, the turning point in the history of British cycling. Before 2003, over the last 100 years, British cycling team had won only one gold medal. The entire British cycling team was living in the darkness of oblivion. It was the year of hopelessness, disappointment, frustration. And the turning point came in 2003 when David John Brailsford was hired as performance director of British cycling by the governing body of British cycling. It was nothing very extraordinary event. So initially, Brailsford came, and for the next 1 or 2 years' time, he spent analyzing, deeply studying all the loopholes, lacunas, shortcomings and strengths. And then he started working on the strategy of aggregation of marginal gains, the strategy that changed the history of British cycling team. What he did, he broke down the entire cycling sports into smaller parts, and he started planning to work on the improvement of smallest things that were normally ignored, and started working on changing 1% on each and every aspect, each and everything. It was really a great thing. Nobody could understand. But then he continued, and he made a team of all coaches, and he started working with that team. To everybody's surprise, to world's surprise, in 2008, British cycling team won seven gold medals out of 10 in cycling event. And the subsequent years, in 2012, in London Olympic, British cycling team won 8 gold medals, and that was 7 world records. And in 10 years' time, during 2007 to 2017, in 10 years period of time, the total number of cycling championships were 178 and 66 medals, gold medals, Paralympic gold medals and different medals. One of the most exciting event of international cycling races. One more thing I'd like to highlight here. Tour de France is one of the biggest event in cycling. And before 2003, no British team had won even a single title of Tour de France. But after the advent of Bracefoot, in the next 10 years' time, the British cycling team won 5 Tour de France titles. It created the history. It really shook the foundation of the faith and the strategies. What was the philosophy? The philosophy and the doctrine that he applied in the improvement of British cycling team, British cycling race, the same can be applied in our personal life, same can be applied in organizational life, same can be applied in family life. Big things can be broken into small things and see the scope and opportunity and option to work on 1% change in each and everything. Like, you want to be a wealth creator, you want to be investor, you want to have money, you want to be rich. That's the goal. Now the second step that we can start doing, what are those small things that we can start doing that will be significant change, that will bring significant change in overall investment philosophy? See, if you and I want to be wealth creator, so the first and the foremost thing should be, we have to start paying attention to reading the books of wealth creation, the magazines of wealth creation. If I start paying little attention towards reading those books, reading those magazines, and knowing about the strategies of wealth creation, it will have deep impact. Second, listening to the stories of wealth creation, listening to the talk of wealth creation, thinking about money, small changes. It's not that you need a great deal of money to make huge money. You have very small amount of money. You can start investing that small amount of money, and that small change can prove to be big thing at the end. Are we ready to change those small things? If yes, there'll be massive change in overall performance, in determining the result and the outcome. Are we ready to work on those small things? If yes, the launching pad is ready and you're going to take a flight. Every day we spend hours and hours, and there are hundreds of things we can do that are normally ignored. We can find smaller things to change, smaller habits to build, smaller action to take. Every day's action is a vote for our habit, a great identity. Like what I did last day, I made a resolution that I would tie the strap of my helmet and then I would continue with this habit. This seems to be very nominal and very tiny change, but at the end that will have very big impact. Same way, if you can wake up in the morning a little early, it will have at the end very big impact. So what I am speaking is, we must start working on small changes, small changes, and those small changes will result in massive change. Your overall habits are the compound interest of everyday's action, everyday's behavior. If you can change small thing, you have changed your identity, you have changed your habit, you have changed your action, and thus you have changed your belief. So small things must never be ignored. Those small things can be the determinants of big, revolutionary, phenomenal change in our life. Because the constraint of time, I wouldn't be able to continue it for a very long time. In the next video, I'll give you the explanation how you can start building your habit and how you can start breaking your old habit, breaking old bad habits, and how can you start building good new habits. Thank you very much.